Hey, how's it going? It's Tommy here, just checking in with a video on a Friday. It is indeed a Fitness Friday special, and today I'm going to be talking about the topic of calories, as well as answering a couple of questions that I've received on Facebook. So I'm a personal trainer, I'm a gym owner, and I'm a life coach, and I help people to make positive transformations to their physical body and to their minds. And one thing that I always get asked is about this topic of calories. And I thought I'd talk about this today because I had a couple of questions online, but also I was watching a TV program last night called Embarrassing Bodies, and they were focusing on fat. And they gave out a couple of bits of factual information and some advice on calories. And I thought what they were saying was kind of true, but also kind of confusing too. So what I want to do is just clear a few things up and just give you 3 easy to follow tips around the topic of calories so that you can best understand what they are, what they do, and how you can have a good positive relationship with them in order to get the goals that you're looking for when it comes to your physicality. So first tip, calories are a rate of energy. Okay, did you know that? I mean, some people do, some people don't. I'm just starting from the bottom here. Calories are a way of measuring energy. Our food and our drink have a calorific value. When we eat and drink and consume food and other products that we can digest, they have a calorie value. So that comes in as energy that we are bringing into our bodies. Now we also burn this energy through our everyday functions. So the standard man and standard woman will have a kind of rough guideline as to how many calories they need in order to function healthily. However, it does vary from person to person based on your metabolic rate. Okay, you may have heard of your metabolic rate before. That's basically the rate in which you metabolize calories. Okay, so we need to understand that when we talk about calories, we're not talking about this nasty thing that's scary and that we need to stay clear from. We're actually talking about energy. And if we have too much energy, then we've got to do something with that. And usually what our body does is it stores it. It stores it as body fat, because body fat is energy that we can use in the future. Okay, so amongst insulation and, let's face it, inconvenience, body fat is actually stored energy. Okay, so when we eat too many calories, our bodies will actually make use of that energy by storing it as fat. That's what happens. Now, having too many calories is a problem, obviously, unless you're burning that energy up. So usually when you're exercising, you do need to actually eat a little more calories to fuel the exercise, but not too much to cancel it out, just enough to fuel it in order to have a little bit of a deficit. We're talking like 200, maybe 300 calories max a day deficit as a result of exercise. Now it's the exercise that will actually cause the physical change in your body. Okay, just dieting alone or just changing the way you eat will not change the shape of your body. You need to be working the muscles and you need to be creating a more defined, more toned body as a result of doing a combination of physical resistance training and cardio. So going back to the point here, calories, we need to know that it's a rate of measuring energy. Okay, that's the first point. The second point is something that's really interesting on a nutritional level. Not all calories are created equal. Now, this was the biggest thing for me as I was hearing this advice that they were dishing out on TV. You know, they were telling men, for example, to eat around 2,500 calories a day. Now, here's the thing. Not all calories are created equal. So you could be having 2,500 calories of absolute shit food, you know, donuts and cakes and chocolates, or you could be having 2,500 calories of good foods, you know, slow release energy such as brown rice, good protein such as chicken or fish. And that would mean you'd have a completely different result at the end. Now, a lot of people find it difficult to understand this, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a quiz question at the end. But for now, all I want you to know is this. Carbohydrates and proteins, a gram of carbs and a gram of protein have a calorie value of 4 calories. So 4 calories per gram. Now, body fat is almost, well, it's actually more than double that amount. So for fat, when you eat fat, a gram of fat has 9 calories. Okay, so let me just say that again. A gram of protein, a gram of carbohydrate, 4 calories. A gram of fat, 9 calories. So if you were to be eating junk food, 2,500 calories of junk food will be a smaller amount of food. So you're going to be more hungry, you're not going to be as fulfilled, you're not going to have enough energy, and your blood sugar levels are going to spike and drop, which is going to cause a stressful relationship with insulin, which is actually going to disturb your body so much so that you'll end up protecting yourself by storing extra body fat. Plus, you're increasing the chances of getting diabetes, and that isn't a place you want to be. You're going to get mood swings, bad skin, and actually you're going to age faster. So having 2,500 calories of junk food isn't the way to go. You've got to treat calories with respect. Having 2,500 calories of good food is going to give you the energy that you need to be you, to have energy throughout the day, not just for like an hour, and also to be able to fuel your workouts and replenish your muscles after you do your exercise. So not all calories are to be treated equal. We need to make sure we respect the food that we eat, and that's often where diets fail, okay? Point number 3, the balance has to be right, literally. You need to tip the scales in your favor. If you're looking to lose weight, as in drop body fat, then you've got to make sure that what you eat and the exercise that you do creates a little bit of a deficit in terms of your overall net calorie intake versus the calories you burn. For example, let's say you do an exercise session that burns around 500 calories. If you were that male eating 2,500, that puts you at a net of 2,000. Now really, we don't want to be going more than like 300 less than what we should kind of be eating on a daily basis. So therefore, we want to be hitting about 2,100, 2,200 in terms of our net value at the end. So we need to actually eat a little bit more, plus do the exercise in order to get there. Do you understand? Now, please just take note. It is a confusing topic, and you know, it's easy to think that so many people fail to get this right because it can be confusing, and that's why I would say to you, just eat healthy foods. You know, stay away from junk food. You know, people make me laugh when they ask me these questions like, should I be eating after this certain time, and should I have this combination of foods, and is it possible to eat too much protein? It's okay to be asking those questions as long as you're not eating shit in the background, okay? So if you're abusing your body by having lots of junk food and you're in denial about that, because it's one thing to be able to accept it and just accept what happens, that's totally cool. If you're in that place, then great. But if you're in denial and you're still coming into, why aren't I losing weight? Why isn't my body changing? It's because you're still eating this food and you haven't come to terms with that yet. You need to accept that that food is not going to cause you happiness. It might in that moment, but long term it's going to cause you pain. If you can realize that, then you'll realize that there's a better way, there's a bigger picture to all this. And you can be more honest with yourself. So eat healthy, make sure you don't abuse that, exercise every other day, and be patient. Okay, do those things, do them right, and you'll start seeing a change. Now, Trudy had a question on Facebook, which was, what should I do on my rest days? Now, what an excellent question, because, you know, sometimes it's difficult for me to even get people to train, you know, enough. People want to take rest days, right? Trudy's different, and I know a lot of people out there are like this. I'm the same. You're kind of forced to take a rest day. Well, here's the thing. You don't have to do nothing on your rest days. You can do some light, gentle activity. You can do a sport that you like to do that isn't too stressful on your body. You can perhaps go for a walk, or you can go for a light cycle or something like that, or even just go to a yoga class, something that's going to complement your overall structure of your training. But be aware that you do need to give your body time in order to process all the exercise that you've been doing and the food you've been eating in order to evolve into that better way of living. Okay, so I hope that this video has gone on longer than I hoped, but I hope that the length of the video has provided you with enough value to be able to learn about calories today. And if you have any more questions about calories, then please just comment on the video. I'll be happy to look through those, and if I see it valuable for other people to know, I'll answer them next time. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, and I challenge you to this. If there were two identical twins with the exact same situations in life, exact same upbringing, exact same metabolism, both the same age, obviously, both had exactly the same experience in sport and training and everything. You gave one of them a diet plan which was 2,500 calories of junk, the other one 2,500 calories of good food. What would happen after 3 months? Who would be in the best situation? Answer me that, and I'll speak to you again soon. That's all for now. Bye-bye.